welcome back to Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai with the Scramble for the Far East mod. As I said, I was making this the last one with the possibility of a bonus episode, but this is the last one as it was my intended goal. Of course, I've already achieved the campaign goal by taking out the Manchuria, but we're gonna bypass, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. And the Russian capital, once that's subdued, then I'm gonna count that as a victory. And we hold most of Japan already. So with that, I've already gone ahead and prepared like a proper TV chef. And I've gone ahead and sabotaged this army. And then they will bring in the other two as reinforcements. And that will be like the last big fight. Then it looks like we've got another one here, but that looks like a pushover. And then finally we go ahead and siege that. I've been bombarding these areas, so they haven't really been able to build up any troops. And as I walk along here, it doesn't look like there's an army either. So easy auto-resolves going through. Then Russia is gone. Then I would have control of all of this, plus the islands here. This is my vassal. The only thing would be left would be down here, and then of course the French. But the French have put a bloody, what's they called, chassepot, a rifle behind every blade of grass on that island. So I don't know, like there's no point in trying that again, unless you would come with, you know, trying to overwhelm them with even more troops, which I could, I guess, but I think at this point we've had it with this mod. We're up to episode 35, I think this is, or 36 or something like that. It's plenty. We've seen plenty of this mod as the Prussians, so it's time to end it. Enough talking though. I usually ramble on for way too long. Let's go ahead and... what army should I bring in with? Hessians are... you know what? We'll bring in... this is the Sun and Air. I kind of want someone with... that could gain a little bit of stars, possibly. So let's have the Marines lead the charge. And then we can bring up as reinforcements. We could bring up nothing. We could just have the Marines. And we'll try our best with just them. Let's see. No, I get no reinforcements, so it'll be a little bit more tricky for me. I have about 5,000 men against about 16,000 of the enemy. Also, the second army here has some interesting cavalry, Cuirassier Guard, Kievan Hussars, and Ingermanland Hussars. Also, we've got Moscow Dragoons. So a few new cavalry units that we haven't seen. Don Cossacks as well. I don't think we've seen really the Russians deploy much of cavalry at all. But with that said, let's draw the sword and start this battle. We've got a little bit of snow falling down here. So this army does not contain any guards. What I've gone ahead and done, I should say, is we've got one brigade here, which is going to move forward here. Not very likely to take control of the hills, but at least we'll shoot anyone who comes up on them. We'll have another group of 4 that will move forward and take the main part here, kind of covering towards these valleys, mostly through this one. And then I've got this bigger brigade of 5 units, where we've got 3 in front and 2 reserves, and they're gonna take up the fight for the hill, which I think is gonna be important. So we're gonna start by selecting these to start off with, and there we go. We're gonna start marching up. And we're gonna march up here. Looks like the enemy is actually focusing their troops around here, with quite a lot of them marching up towards the hill. Right, our artillery is starting to blast. The pitiful little cannon unit they start with, which they for some reason have gone ahead and decided to deploy. Which in some sense makes sense, because it will save them. If they kept them undeployed, then a single shot would take out the entire carriage and all the troops there. The enemy is moving really fast towards this hill, so I will speed up as well. Okay, so we've got their reinforcements now coming in here. I was sending all my troops kind of towards this way, but that should no longer be the priority. We're going to anchor it at that little house. I want to move like that, and we're going to move these like that. And then Zimmerman is going to deliver a telegram right at the middle there. All their cavalry is moving forward now. So we got the Ingermanland Hussars. Where do we've got? We got Cossacks. Where do we have the heavy cavalry unit? Where is that guard cavalry unit? Okay, we just kind of came in position there. Oh, they've charged up a Ukrainian Jaeger unit. That's gone up all the way up to the hill. I'm gonna go ahead and attack that. We're gonna hold line there. We're gonna have two move to take control of that, because we've got loads of cavalry. We are getting charged quite heavily on this side. We will deploy our cavalry to try and control that. Let's go ahead and inspire. This one the enemy cavalry is sticking to, so we're going to try and inspire that. We're holding on here. The charge worked against the Cossacks. Okay, this flank is doing rather poorly against multiple charges by the Russian cavalry. The brigade is broken down to the point where really we only have one proper unit standing in that line. The rest of them were broken up. I have no idea where the heavy cavalry unit went. Heavy close range firing here, right at each other. They've taken control of this area. Right, the cavalry at least saved the unit, so they are able to retreat. But beyond that, they weren't really able to do that much. In the face of superior fire, I will go ahead and redraw the line like that. Cavalry will set up over here. Cannons will switch to canister and try to spray this area. I will hold the general to try and oh, that's the guard unit. We found the guards. Right, you will move forward so you can fire on top. Oh, the Russians here were broken. Let's focus in these units, then move through, see if we can clear the enemy, and then maybe we will take control, complete control of the hill. My generals, I'm hoping he's firing pistol here, keeping the Cuirassier Guard away from charging us. They're quite tired, and they're getting shrapnel shot, or they're getting canister shot. And my general's firing his pistols, and they were broken. Right. I will send the general now towards the hill, and we'll see about supporting the hill against the enemy troops. See if you can move forward so both can fire above each other. Right, this one's broken. Let's move quickly now and focus in. Fire downhill here. If I can focus in tons of fire down on these. We got the enemy dragoons firing at us. Can I still get canister from you firing on this? And then you will fire regular shot. Actually, you can fire shrapnel. And you can fire these. Let's see if I can get going all 5 units firing downhill here. Down upon the Russians. And we will have the encouragement which increases fire rate. So we'll get tons of fire now pouring down upon the Russians below. Did I get canister on these? No, clearly not. I will order the cavalry then, a straightforward charge. Ooh, the dragoons are backed up by the Pavlovsky Guard. That could prove quite dangerous. My cavalry run through, and they're gonna run through and go directly for the guards. I am gonna leave the hill a little bit more, or we're gonna move downhill a little bit more, so we get proper angle to fire upon the enemy. And at the same time, I want the entire line to move forward. We're holding the Pavlovsky Guard, but that charge was foolish. I will draw my troops back instead. Can I get shrapnel shot all the way through there? Now with 5 units, and I think the angle is probably better. I feel confident enough that I will tell them, let's see if we can't organize them all to fire basically at the same time. And we get an absolutely devastating volley coming down from the hill. Okay, they're more or less ready. Okay, so that unit fired. Okay, I wanted all to fire at the same time. There we go, now they unleashed. Well, it broke the Russians. It actually broke the Russians kind of on the first one. So, oh. The Pavlovsky Guard chasing after my cavalry. I'm gonna split them, they're gonna come from either side and swing around and attack them. Unfortunately here, I've not really been able to chase down the enemy infantry units. So a lot of this will be ready to fight a second battle. But that's what happens when I impose my own artificial difficulty. Cavalry going in now. I think we'll get a better charge this time around because we'll get in from 2 angles. Shrapnel up the side here would be perfect, wouldn't it? Can I see it? Ah, I hit the bloody tree instead. Yeah, firing straight up the side of that. Let's see what my cavalry is doing. The guard is holding on, and there's still like 300 of them, and my cavalry is now starting to get really tired. The thing though, I cannot really detach or allow them to move away because it will open up for them, the guard, to attack my cannons. I will deploy a longer and thinner line here. I don't think you are in reach of firing at anyone. However, the enemy is going to change that by walking into the range of fire.
Sir, the men are exhausted.
Okay, now the cavalry can leave. As this marine unit is setting up to go ahead and shoot at the guards. I'll order them to start chasing down some of these units back here. Hopefully this will be enough to kill off the guards. They're walking in perfectly for shrapnel shot to be fired up their sides. Oh, both units are kind of wavering. Oh no, he broke. You will turn then. Damn, those guards. I will encourage, and then I will send the general over, see if he can maybe aid in this. As much as I want to continue firing on these, what I'm going to do is we're going to tell them to fire canister right there. I'm going to break them that way. Looks like a lot of... Looks like the Russians are done. Like these are the troops they have left. They don't have any more.
Your men are routing, sir.
I'm gonna take personal control and boom! Fire straight towards the main part of the unit there. Got a nice explosion there. Nice. Right, I want shrapnel to be fired towards the units that are holding out there. All my cavalry units was so tired that they all broke. All units are now broken. I will order a general advance of all my troops. All troops will advance towards the enemy. Continuously firing shrapnel shot on these. Unfortunately, as I've already said quite a few times at this point, a large part of the Russian army were able to leave. So I didn't do like a proper job in trying to utterly destroy the enemy troops. Oh, they're moving forward. Even with the amount of fire we're putting them through. Okay, now I think they've had it now.
You have triumphed over the enemy.
Yeah, they're gonna leave. Oh, the last unit's actually charging. Can we focus in some artillery fire? And they broke right before. But there we have it. The first battle is done. I guess there's gonna be a second one as we continue to hound this force. here's the result of the battle. So we killed more than I actually thought, because I was sure a lot of them were able to escape. Now a lot of them were able to escape. A third of them were able to escape. But still 2/3 lay very still in that December snow. We lost almost half our force, with 2,000 men lost. We still have 2,600. Highest kills goes to a marine unit that killed 1,000, followed by another one that killed 1,000, followed by another one that killed 1,000. So we got 3 marine units here at the top that killed these. I kind of like the way that other mods do it, where, you know, it's called the first marine, or not mods, but like in Napoleon or Empire, where the units are numbered, like it's first marine, second marine, and third marine battalion, and so on. So you can kind of tell, and you can kind of, you know, build kind of on a story around certain units. Like, okay, so the 3rd battalion did really well in that battle, and so on, you know. But here they're just generically the same, all of them, so you can't really differentiate them more than, you know, in between marines and the cavalry and whatnot.
As you command.
I mean, I would wager that the enemy is at this point like completely destroyed, so yeah, they can't really put up much of a fight. This one doesn't get any support either, so we got about 12,000 or 11,000 men versus 1,000, which means that we just steamroll them. That's one thing that the Shogun gets right about out-resolving. When you have shit battles like that, where you totally outnumber them, like the enemy doesn't pull off some kind of Houdini maneuver where they end up killing like your cannons or anything. Here, no one of my men dies in that struggle. Now they do have a reinforcement army coming up there. However, I'm thinking we're gonna make it even more sour for the retreating troops by having my navy bombard them. Bombardment! Bombardment! We'll have the ninja move through. And I don't want them building any troops anywhere else, so we'll go ahead and bombard these areas as well. Completely setting them all on fire. And with that, let's go ahead and end turn and see if we can't push them all the way back to their capital. I have already prepared by going ahead and sabotaging this army, so they will be forced to stand and fight. I don't think it will be much of a fight though. Oh, it does actually put me at a disadvantage apparently, although I very much doubt it. They just have a slight advantage of a little over 2,500 men. They really stand no chance. But here we go for the second battle. What if I ordered all the troops into one just massive charge onto the Russian force? What would happen then? What would happen then? We are ordering the entire army to move forward. I'm gonna move the howitzers up into position. The cavalry will be moved to the flank. Ah, my charge will have to wait. The enemy's reinforcements coming out on the flank. God damn you. Well, no, it doesn't need to wait, does it? I'm sure these will move to rejoin with the main army rather than going attacking my flank, although it looks like some of them are actually doing just that. That unit right there. Alright. All units will hold, and the guards will hold fire to start with. Let's see where these guys are going. Oh, this unit's gonna run straight in front of the guards, alright. Then I might as well open fire on them. And kill them entirely. You know what? Continue the advance. I will order the 3 units in the back to be moved to take control of this hill. And then the rest will be ordered forward. Damn. The rest will be ordered forward to take part in this massive charge, hopefully. There's a lot of troopers in one of those Cossack units. Cavalry isn't doing too hot over there. It's a general's bodyguard. I think we'll have to throw in the general there to support them as well. Otherwise that won't work. Set them up in the flank. Here comes the Brunswickens. Holy shit, the guards have already like killed most of the enemy.
I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
General moving straight into there. We got another unit. This one can move on the side. Attack there. The cavalry is free to move around them. I only have 2 units here now. Okay, the guards, unable to fire, will move with the rest of the troops. Let's see, the classic hammer and anvil strike. Meanwhile, the enemy is kind of being broken up over there. And we smash the formation. And we smash them over here as well. And they're getting smashed over here. Everyone's getting smashed. These 2 units will extend line, and then the cavalry will sweep in.
Your victory is close, sir.
Why didn't I think of this before? All you have to do is just charge at your enemy, and they will crumble. Right. Organize yourself a little bit. Oh, there we go. We have victory. The only thing I would redo is I wouldn't use all the general's abilities right as the charge went in, because that is going to sound in the replay as well, so that isn't going to look cool. But that's about it. Here's the result of the battle. It was a decisive victory. We lost about 1,200 men compared to 5,500 of the enemy. We've got almost 5,000 men remaining, while they got 3,000 remaining. When we look at who killed the most, it is the Lifeguard, no surprise there, and the Hussars, which were able to run down the enemy troops. I probably could have done a better job at running down the enemy troops, as still 3,000 made it away. But given that most of the battle went down to a major melee battle, we suffered quite low losses. And I think that we will be able to, possibly, be able to pursue. Oh, you know what? This is the point where we go ahead and... wait, at what point does it turn into their province? Oh, right here, right here. If I pass over that, now I'm gonna start taking winter attrition. But otherwise, I'm fine. And this army is almost back on its feet. They made it so just right there. Definitely does not favor whoever is in control of this area. We're gonna detach the cavalry. And the cavalry is gonna strike. We're gonna drag them into a fight. And we're gonna out-resolve that. We lost 154. Which killed the Brunswick Hussar, but that one only had 23 men. But I mean that one just like speared its way into the fight. Where did your cavalry go? Are they gone? Oh yeah, where did they go? That's the force that I'm controlling right here. Oh, very dramatic of you. Oh, he keeps going. Took a drama class, that one. We're gonna go ahead and bomb them. The game knows that I'm winning. It's playing Matasuri again. I'm gonna go ahead and bomb it. The ninja's gonna go all the way. We're gonna bomb this. And now all I need to do is lay siege to their final castle. And we now have the capital under siege. I'm gonna go ahead and bombard it. We're gonna blow it to pieces even before we get close. And with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach the artillery from the other armies. We're gonna bring them up though to block the enemy, but I'm gonna make sure that they do not reinforce the main army. Instead, it's only gonna be their artillery that turns up. So we have a massive amount of artillery. Okay, so that one didn't even reach, but maybe these guns will? No, they won't reach either. Oh, that was all of... Great, there we go. Well, we got extra guns. And with that, let's go ahead and set fire. Well, set fire to. Let's go ahead and take the final castle from the Russians. We'll have to have something left to occupy. Can't burn it all, can we? Oh, yes! That's a nice coincidence. I was looking for a night battle. Let's go ahead and... Oh, with the night battle I won't get any reinforcements, so I won't get the extra cannons. But we'll get the first and only night battle for this campaign. So, that's something. Let's go ahead and fight through the night. Most of my troops have now been moved within the enemy castle walls. We just need to cross over the bridge, get into the courtyard here, and then into the next one by passing either through the gate here and then through the gate here, or by trying to scale this wall right here. We'll see what we come up with. I'm gonna order my artillery to open fire, and then we're gonna have these two units lead the crossing, cross the bridge, and to be ready I'm gonna have two at marching, so march them over. I'm gonna get my general over here as well to support. That is certainly going to be needed. After those two units have passed, I need additional
Sir, I fear your general is in
2
more of a
units
peril,
ready.
sir.
And then after them, we've got additional 4 units stationed down here, which should ready themselves to move across. I also have the 2 guard units here with increased range, so they will be able to lay fire upon the enemy. Our troops are now moving in, and they've come in contact with the armed citizenry, and hopefully I should be able to force them away pretty quickly. You know what? We'll have one set up to bayonet charge them, the other one set up to fight them with melee. Done quite a bit of damage on the light mortar here, but I feel as though cannon fire could possibly be better used by seeing if we can't disperse these armed citizenry, gain control of this bit right here, in which case we will have quite a few units out on this piece of wall being cut off from the inner courtyard, and also the ones that they've placed down here. Now if I move too far along this route or this route here, they will be able to fire me from this one, but hopefully I don't even need to get that close. Alright, this one, this unit right here has lost very much of its stamina, so I will retire that one. And now we have the ones that have been walking across, plus this one will be ordered to take control of this area right here. We are coming under fire, or no, it's the guard units that are opening fire. I'm already now gonna order an additional 2 Hessian units to move across. We're probably shooting down our own. I'm gonna order the guard to hold fire. We're not gonna be able to shoot them very well anyways from where we are stationed. Instead, the 2 units that are now marching across the bridge will kill everyone that comes across. And we're starting to move up. We're coming under fire by the troops on the wall here. But as soon as I get my troops up into position here, we should be fine. What I could do here is suppress this unit by firing artillery on it. And then to really get the enemy going, I should start to prepare us to scale the walls here. Although that will be dangerous, as the retreat from the units that are there will be through. You know what? Why don't you move straight in, actually? And then you will be situated here. And you will be moving straight into the castle now, ordered to take control of it. Go ahead and attack these fellas right here. So we have the additional 2 units. Let's rush them to the walls and let's start climbing. And then to make sure that we've got proper power on that side, we're gonna get the general to move across. And I think we will actually start to move over the guards now to prepare even further The problem here with attacking castles like this is sometimes the enemy, or my own units decide, you know what, we're gonna retreat out this way, running through enemy held parts of the castle, in process slaughtering themselves. Really poor morale here on my unit. I will order it back. Let's see, have my general crossed? Yeah. Let's see if he can't aid. Oh, we've got... Oh, they're retreating. Oh yeah, and look what the way in which they're retreating. They're gonna run this way around. I'm gonna go ahead and inspire this unit, which is in a little bit of pickle. I'm gonna order yet more units to climb. So it's still 236. They will be fired upon from all angles here. Possibly these volunteers will slaughter them. We'll see. Hopefully the unit survives. We're laying down plenty of fire here, suppressing the units on the wall. And I've got 3 units now climbing up to deal with the enemy. And now we have the guard coming in. And the guard should be plenty enough to push through and take control. Maybe I'll even start climbing a 4th unit to really put pressure up here. Also, let's make sure that they're all actually wanting to climb in a proper way and get up there. Firing everything they've got right here. Oh, plenty of troops are now moving up to move into the inner courtyard. Ooh, this Hessian infantry has now lost. Yeah, that unit is not gonna survive that. Looks like we don't really have room for multiple units to run in, so I'm just gonna have one of the guard units run in to start with. What I could do here is, if I can force my way through, I can actually go in and take the flag, and we can win that way, and we don't have to like bayonet charge and fight every single one of these guys. Yeah, a whole unit, because they decided to retreat further into the castle. But I mean, I guess the Japanese castles are made to be maze-like, and so it could be quite easy to, you know, get lost in the castle. Okay, the artillery is about to run out of shot. I have gotten a unit now in to start claiming the inner flag. Let's see if yeah, multiple Russian units are now pushing through here, wanting to reclaim the center. So we got multiple units moving in, but I still have plenty of troops that are climbing up the walls here. I'm gonna move in to block the enemy so that they cannot push us out. Let's see, the guards. The guards are doing well. Setting up to slaughter all these troops that are retreating right now. Since there's no one on this wall, I'm gonna take these units and set them up right here. But as you can see, they're gonna be set up right next to an enemy unit there, but we'll be able to fire on the guys down below, and maybe we'll get them to start moving. I'll go ahead and inspire them, and then I will order this unit to move in on the bayonet. Kind of hard to see what's going on here, but there's a lot of melee going on.
Damn lily-livered cows!
Oh, we have one of our
You're
units.
running,
They're running. Could be then yet another unit that is about to die. I think the route is clear now for the guards to run all the way into the center, actually. And we got tons of broken enemies that are leaving. And with that, I've got 0 seconds, and we have won. The castle has been secured. We've moved into the inner courtyard, and we have secured the governor of the region, and he has called for his troops to lay down their arms as him and his family is taken hostage. Decisive victory, the castle is ours. Unfortunately, 2 Hessian infantry decided to die. One though was my own fault, the unit that climbed up and retreated from there. That one had no way out, so there was no surprise that one died. But the other one, that one committed suicide by retreating further into Russian-held territory. But with that, the Russian capital falls, and I have achieved my victory goal. And with that, we should hopefully be ready to start a new campaign. And I will say, like I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this series, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.